Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Welcome to the Leaders Only Show and Podcast. I'm your host, Semaj.
And I'm Kendall.
We're brought to you today by What a Change Mentoring and Tone Drone TV. Today we'll be covering a few stories being talked about recently between the news, social media, and around the town. So please invite your friends to check out the Leaders Only Show. Have a watch party, subscribe to the channel, share, like, hit the bell, and comment below. And if you are catching it after the live stream, don't be afraid. Just hit that hashtag replay just to let us know that you were here. What's going on with you, bro?
Yes, sir, man. Feeling great. Blessed to be here another day. Got me a good workout in this morning. Got me a good walk, a couple miles in. Had a couple sessions, man. Just feeling great, feeling blessed, man. Feeling joy, man.
Yeah,
How
I
about
can dig.
you?
I'm well, man. You know what I'm saying? As I tell you, you know what I'm saying? I'm still riding at 8.5. You know what I'm saying? I'm still getting better daily. You know what I mean? Got my hair done. So I finally got that habit. You know what I mean? Actually finally hooked me up. So that's a blessing. And I was able to go see Steve, get a little shape up. And, you know what I mean? It's always good to let people know, you know what I mean? Although I do, you know what I mean, enjoy just being my natural self and wish I didn't have to operate in the world at all. That a brother's still handsome out here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I feel good, man. Worked out probably about 7. So I probably did about 18 workouts this week. Also worked out today. So it's cool to see when you tag me. I'll be right there in there or on my way. I've been getting up at 4:15 every day so I can get this homework in. I'm in class, like I told you. I'm also working on status correction packets, and then I'm reading the Bible. I'm reading my Circle 7. And then I'm reading the book, like I'm on book number 26 or 25, the Book of Wisdom. I'm on the last few pages of that. I'm about to move forward to book 26. And then I'm finished. Like my book is finished. I'm working on a cover now. I did my dedications, my acknowledgments. I did my forward. So I'm waiting on somebody. I did the preface, but I'm waiting on somebody who said they want to do it. He said he want to do write it for me, so I'm gonna see what he got. But I already did, like, the whole book is ready. It's 12 chapters. It's called Fasting with Faith. A 3-day to 5-day guide on how to liquid fast and how I stumbled upon that journey with, you know what I'm saying, changing my lifestyle. You know what I mean, realizing, going to that mirror. Realizing I was getting older, realizing I had daddy issues, realizing, you know, a single parent sometimes could have rubbed off on you. And even when there was 2 parents in there, neither one of them had great habits. Neither one of them had great discipline. Neither one of them. And I know that this was a reflection of society. And even to this day, a lot of people just don't want to be honest about it and want to blame the world about it. But we got to, you know what I mean, just say, man, we come from that. But that ain't got to be where we finish. You know what I'm saying? And you can't just keep saying it like that ain't going to be where I'm finished. But 2 years passed, 5 years passed, 10 years passed. Like, you really got to do that work. And it's hard and it hurts. And it does come with a little depression. It comes with a little bit of strife. It comes with a little bit of anger. It comes with a little bit of happiness. It comes with sadness. But with this, you know what I mean? It literally teaches you how to do it. Stay consistent, and above all, for people that's above 30 and that are former athletes and still lead or want to lead an athletic life, because a lot of people think, you know, because we work out and, you know, we have the type of eating habits and things that we do, that we can't give maximum effort day after day after day. So I've added omega-3s. I've added some creatine. I've added magnesium. I'm just getting my minerals now, you know what I mean, and just drinking more. So yeah, man, I'm feeling good. You know what I mean? I'm human. You know what I mean? So I got a couple areas where I'm like, but just being patient, staying on my 1-2. Like I showed you the picture yesterday. I seen a owl for the first time.
Man, that was good.
Yeah, so I seen an owl for the first time in the daytime while I was getting water. Because it was time for a refill. Then when I got home right before the storm, there was the 2 cardinals right there in the bush. They wasn't even in the tree. They was right there in the bush. They did a little whistle. I looked right over. I'm like, oh. And then when we did our 110s, I had 14. It started off as 5. I had 5 hawks come over the field. They started off adjacent to me. While we do our Spartan 110 sprints, it would turn from 5 to 14, and then they were right over my head. I had literally had to show Zoe. So I just been looking at the spiritual meanings behind all these birds and these encounters with these birds, and then the number of birds, and then the things that I was doing with these birds. And a lot of it is, letting me know that I'm protected. I am in
Yeah,
line.
yeah,
I'm human, but at the same time, I do have that most high in me, and I'm getting there. There's gonna be some shedding. Um, and I felt that, you know what I mean, just from the things like that happened with the all white and just certain things, everybody not in line with where I'm going. And like I was telling Khalif last night, I'm starting to feel like it's time to take that foot. You know how you got a lot of times it be people, it'd be the streets or what I mean, it's this or that. But for me, it's like I could shed my old self, and even when I go into old spaces, I'm gonna be the new me regardless. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be a more polished me. I'm gonna be Samaj. Yes, Cali was a time, and yes, you know what I mean. Certain aspects of my life, and James was, but it's my story, and it's time to
right.
stand firm in that and only gravitate towards those who want to hear me and let me lead. You know what I'm saying? Let me lead. Men, women, friends, family. Like I'm not. I've been talking this stuff for years. And I've been showing and proving, and I don't really have too much wherewithal for anybody else with the turbulence against what I'm saying, and then they don't have a better plan. And this is from
Mm-hmm.
top to bottom. You know what I mean? Friends, family, coach, you name it. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you gotta where y'all playing at? I got a lot of critiquing going on, and a lot of people saying this and saying that, but where are your plans and your results? You know what I'm saying? Just as human beings and adults, like it's time to get on the good foot. So I'm good. I know it's been long winded, but I feel good, man. I'm good. I
But
look
like
good.
always, man, I commend you, man, because you take on a lot of hats, you know. And the way you walk, man, the way you move, man, it's just immaculate. That's the word for you that I got. You're
Yeah,
immaculate, man.
and we
And
all
keep
are.
doing it. Bro.
Yeah,
Book. I can't wait to read it. I read the first one. About to read it again because I got to get a total understanding of it again. You know how
yeah,
that go, but it's perfect, man. You in a perfect setting for me, man. I love what you're doing. I'm gonna continue to support you, not just because you my brother, but just because you doing the right thing, man. And every time you step in the room, you touch somebody. So it's amazing to be part of this. Always, man. I'm tip my hat to you because you're a jack of all trades, bro. And that's and
right.
that's beautiful. You know what I mean?
Back at
So
back at you.
without
We
further
all
saying,
get it.
let's kick this thing off right, right? Hey,
Let's go.
you ever wonder why you never see Chinese restaurants in white neighborhoods, huh? Well, we
Yeah.
gonna go into this video and then we'll come back with our thoughts, man.
Americans were redlined from opening businesses in white neighborhoods because white people didn't want Asian Americans operating in their neighborhoods and didn't want Asian Americans profiting off of white people.
Oh yeah, this is really important.
But because the positionality of Asian Americans is weaponized to oppress black people, Asian Americans were being given loans to open businesses in black communities, even though black people were not able to receive loans to open businesses in their own communities.
Say what?
And as I've said before, as a result of this, black wealth is essentially paid out twice when it goes to Asian American businesses, even though black people were not able to receive loans to open businesses in their own communities.
So everybody robbing us.
Black wealth is essentially paid out twice when it goes to Asian American businesses. Once when the individual pays for the goods or services, and then again when the Asian American business owner removes the profit from.
Yeah, man.
Dive in.
I mean, I always say, first and foremost, you know what I mean. I tip my hat to everybody who getting over on us. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not with, like I'll tell you all the time, and we grew up in the same household. That's why, one of the greatest parts of having this, show and this podcast with you, because Samaj ain't just start acting like this. You know what I'm saying? Like the ignorance was a part of me one time, but I still used to read. I still would make the right decisions, and I tip my hat. I always say, and especially now, I did used to want to be a billionaire. I did used to want to be famous. I did used to just want to be big, because I thought those were our examples of life, of success in life, especially in our community. It was athletes, it was entertainers, it was people of that such. And then if you were a freedom fighter, if you were an activist, then you die broke. You know what I'm saying? So I say all that to say, Now I want to be mom and pop. I want to be just like the Chinese store. I want to be just like the hair store. I want to serve people what they need. You don't never see a commercial. You don't never see them on social media. You don't never see them going all out doing nothing. They post it up in a perfect location. They deliver what people want. It's consistent. And they get rich. You know what I mean? I was talking to, it's funny, you know what I mean, that we're even talking about, the Chinese restaurants being in our communities, but we are consumers, we spend our money, you know what I mean? Instead of taking that model, putting our money together, you know what I mean? I talk about it all the time. I know y'all don't want to hear it, but these are the things that we're supposed to be doing. So I get exactly why it's in our communities, you know what I mean? Because the Caucasian community don't eat Chinese food the way we do, you know what I mean? They do. And if they do, they're going to come to our community, or it's going to be on your Fogo, not Fogo de Chao, but PF Chang. It's going to be more so kind of like that. You know what I mean? It's not going to be the cheap 3 wings, 4 wings, fries. You know what I mean? The dollar egg roll. A lot of that has to do with, the households. I'm not even going to say the income or the wealth. I'm going to just say the management of money and the mismanagement of money. You know what I mean? Because a lot of those meals we can cook ourselves. We can cook in a home. But when you got single mom, it's like Chinese food is like another convenient food. You know what I mean? I still like to eat Singapore noodles, vegetable. And I like to eat the broccoli with the sauce. And it's literally just for convenience when I don't feel like cooking. But they're gonna forever be there because I know in some areas, it's number one, placement is convenient, but then operations go on inside of them. You know how it used to be coming up. The Chinese store, just like the bodega, it's a hangout spot. It's a place, where people can, hustle all the time. And we've seen all this coming up. So those are the reasons. And then, like she said, they're going to give the loans that's supposed to be for us and all the stuff that's supposed to be for us to them. It's cool to help anybody but us. And do you know why? Because nobody is supposed to help us. We're supposed to help ourselves. We are the rulers of this land. We are the ones who have a direct connection with the Most High. But when you start talking like this, don't nobody want to hear it. It's like, it sounds like a fable. It sounds like something that's just cliche. And then, you got people pulling rank, because their age or because they got a couple more dollars or because that don't make it right. That don't make you right. That don't make the way you living right. And it's not giving no edge to the people in your family or our community. We've gone backwards. So anybody who's doing so good right now, show me how it's affecting the grand scheme of things. You know what I mean? So like I continuously say, until we change our status, till we get out of being black, till we stop feeling so confident and proud for saying you're dead on paper, African American, that you're not African American, you're not. You know what I mean? You are the ruler of this land. Africa was a name that came after your bloodline started too, so we ain't even gonna go there. But until we get out of those things, everybody gonna run amok on us. Even the people who got their foot on the foot on our neck, who's gotten the privilege from people who look like us in color, but they not us. But that group of people who own everything, who got their foot on their neck, that's because they're taking our position. You know what I mean? Everybody gets to use our position because we out of position. And again, you can't tell nobody nothing. You know what I mean? It turns into an argument. So that's why you're gonna see Chinese restaurants in our neighborhoods. You're gonna see the Arabs in our neighborhoods at the gas stations and at the convenience stores. You're gonna see, you know what I mean? You're gonna continue to see everybody but us because we are the only ones who act like we got it going on and we not going backwards in wealth. And then it's every man for himself. Don't nobody want to stick together. And if you do stick together, you got to be the main person. You know what I mean? It's tons of stuff. I come up with ideas and stuff where I don't care. You know what I mean? Make sure my paperwork right on my percentage. I don't care if people look at me like I did it or not. Are we getting this stuff done or not? And that's what they don't care about. That's why I say no social media, no commercials, no radio exposure, no flyers, no nothing. Just quality product.
Yeah, yeah. I could totally agree, man. So, and I get it. It's simple and plain, man. They put it in our neighborhood because they know that we're not gonna unify and go against it. Um, it's the typical thing. I remember me having my mumbo sauce and fries. I had to wake up. But yeah, man, I totally agree with what you're saying, and it's a bad attraction from the white, from the Caucasian eyes looking in. They don't want people hanging outside their neighborhood. They don't want them in their neighborhood to bring the wrong attraction. So I get it. And to say if it's right or wrong, no, it ain't wrong because they're more unified than we are. So
Hmm.
that's how I look at
Yeah. And it's also, that MSG and it's just the type of food that it is. We shouldn't even be eating
it.
it no way. You know what I'm saying? Only thing, like I said, I grab some vegetables here and there. That's it. You know what I mean? But that stuff is here to kill you. And then if you not cooking it, what you think they doing? You think they examining the chicken wings?
Yeah,
You
yeah,
don't get this when most time when you go, they are is hair on the chicken, is poop
yeah.
in the shrimp.
Never clean.
You know what I mean? They're not cleaning this stuff. They're not making sure everything is the best, which is why I encourage, always to detox. But we need to detox the mind. You know what I mean? We need to detox those traumas, man. We need to detox those bad habits that our parents and aunties and uncles and grandparents and greats, till we can get back to the greats that was doing it right. That's where we need to go. We need to go all the way back to the greats that was doing it right and stop just stopping in the slavery part or your grandmom or your great grandmom. Just look at the results. Again, look at our results. Stop talking to me about what's going on and how you feel and you got a headache and oh my job. Nah, look at the results. That should be enough motivation for us to do everything we got to do. And then even now, we put it in the hands of a few people to be freedom fighters or to do the work to read, and then we'll wait for it instead of saying, "Yo, what time y'all reading? What time y'all working on them packets? What time y'all whoop de whoop de boop? I want to be there.
Yeah,
I'm calling. I need that."
yeah,
No, you know what people do? Sit around, wait, man. Samaj gonna get that, and when he get that, whoop de whoop, just like, oh, Jesus gonna come back. Oh my, no,
yeah.
Moses got it. Who are you? So you don't get no part of the story. You just get to wait for a savior on everything. You know what I mean? Don't nobody got to go get it. Got to work hard. I'm talking about work so hard, and you might get an inch of progress. That's how they do it. But then you look up 20 years later. I guarantee you, 30 years later, that same Chinese store that was there when you was born is still there. That's a
Still there.
multi-million-dollar family. That's what millions look like over time. That's what wealth look like. It's constant. It's not
Yeah,
flashy. You don't know where they live. You don't know what car they drive. You don't know nothing. They pull up in white vans. They working. Oh, that look familiar. Like I said, we about to move on, but I don't hate. I got me a white van. I'm turning my van into a business. I just take advantage and watch how people around us and what they worry about, and they winning. Then I look at
yeah,
what we worry about, and we worry about more so control. You know what I'm saying? We want control over the other person. We want control in our family because we older than I said so. It's all control. It's like we want so bad to be the slave master because we've been a slave so long that all I want is freedom. However it come, I want to be free, and I don't got no problem with sharing. I don't have no problem with sharing. It's the other part though. When you share, do the people you share with are they thinking about you in times when they up? Are they thinking about you when they come up with great ideas? Are they thinking about no? But these people do it. That's why so many Chinese stores. That's their cousin, their uncle, the whoop de whoop. Then they got the Chinese store. Then they got the nail salon and the hair store. That's three multi-million-dollar businesses. Ain't nobody say they went to college. Ain't nobody get flexing their degrees. Ain't nobody flexing their J's. Ain't nobody flexing their jewelry. Ain't nobody flexing their Gucci. Nothing. Only thing they doing is they gonna be there tomorrow. Mama,
yeah.
daddy,
On time.
daughter, cousin, uncle. You got men doing the feet.
Sunday.
What's that? They in there doing the
Yeah,
pedicures. Like, come on, man.
absolutely. It's a team, man. They unified. It's simple and plain. They unified, man, and they don't have that, man. Like, man, this world, so everybody worrying about what Doug and all them doing, but they can't even worry. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's retarded,
Shrimp
man.
fried rice gonna sell right when you talking about it. Yeah, the shrimp fried rice gonna keep
Absolutely.
selling. You know what I mean? The hair products that's making you get cancer gonna keep selling. You know what I mean? That's the biggest slap in the face because where there's a Chinese store, that's simple. Like, yo, I can't call four people. Like, yo, we can't open up a juice bar connected to a gym, connected to a farmer's market. We can't do that. But now I gotta look at you spend your money on bull crap. I'm talking about every day.
Yeah,
Celebration for this,
yeah,
go here for this,
yeah.
go there for that.
Right.
I don't go for there for nothing, and sit back. Like I said, this is what they do. Look at these people. You don't see. Next time you go to a Chinese store, talk to the owner real quick. You know what I'm saying? Ask them the last time they've been on vacation. Ask them.
Mm.
Just ask them. And I mean, they might lose teeth. They getting old. But no sooner as they done, it's going right to their kids. I don't care what you do. I don't care what you do. Don't ever sell this. You see what I'm saying? You can go to school and all that if you want to. You can go be a fool and get food and spun, because it's all about how can you provide a product or a service that people like. Okay, then how many people can you get on to become one, right? And then how much money can you accrue, and then how much can you save? Because it's all about having less expenses than you got going out. We made life hard because people want to say this, that, and the third. We make life hard every day. It's not that hard. It is as simple as A, B, C, and 1, 2, 3. We bring Z in it. We want to run. You know what I mean? It's a handoff. You want to do play action. People want to run their own plays. The commandments, bro. You see what I'm saying? The 101. Everything. The principles, they've been set for us to be free. Free. I ain't say rich. I said free because you're already wealthy. Once you get your freedom, ball game. And it's not illegal. It's like the Chinese people gonna respect you, the Arabs gonna respect you, the Caucasians gonna respect you. Everybody gonna respect you. And then if it's enough of us to get, it don't even matter if you respect us or not. Things just go back in order. You know what I mean? So moving forward, man. Next story is about 475 illegals arrested after they were found working at the Hyundai site in Georgia. Let's jump to this clip and let's come right back.
Yes, sir.
ICE officers have arrested at least 475 people now in a raid on a Hyundai manufacturing site in Georgia. And another raid at a business in New York State detained dozens more. ABC's Raina Roy has the latest.
475 people detained by immigration officials at a Hyundai manufacturing site in Elabel, Georgia, Thursday, just west of Savannah. The ATF Atlanta offices posting these images on social media, saying they were there to assist.
This has been a multi-month criminal investigation where we have developed evidence, conducted interviews, gathered documents, and presented that evidence to the court in order to obtain a judicial search warrant.
Department of Homeland Security officials say this was part of an ongoing criminal investigation into allegations of unlawful employment practices and other serious federal crimes. DHS saying it underscores the commitment to protecting jobs for Georgians, ensuring a level playing field for businesses that comply with the law, safeguarding the integrity of our economy, and protecting workers from exploitation.
There are no criminal charges being announced today.
More than 24 people detained are South Korean. The country's foreign ministry voicing, quote, concern and regret over the incident at the plant, which is run by South Korean companies, saying individuals' rights should not be unfairly infringed upon. Meanwhile, in upstate New York on the same day, at least 40 people were detained at a factory that makes specialty nutrition bars.
The workers here, like I said, they're great people.
Yeah, man. How you feel about that?
I got mixed feelings a little bit. I feel bad that they're getting arrested. We're trying to make a way of life. But then also, it's kind of like they're getting paid less, so it's easy to, you know what I'm saying, bring them in. So I don't just fault them, and I don't feel like they should be faulted because they didn't just land here. You know what I'm saying? They got the opportunity. Like, what's wrong with the open opportunity? That's how I feel. Then it's breaking up a lot of homes. You know how America is; they don't put nothing but the coin. But if you feel about if you really worrying about the coin, well, you're using them until you can't use them no more.
Right.
And I feel that way in my certain situations that I'm in. Like, you only can get used, you don't get used no more. So it's like, damn, now what do they do? You know?
Yeah, I agree to a certain extent, and you know how I feel. If we didn't have all this knick-knack, paddywhack on the black, you know what I'm saying, I would probably have more compassion. You know what I'm saying? But if you're not supposed to be here, where we at in today's time right now, we need to get our status and our situation right. So when it comes to people that's legal, I can't roll with it. I just can't. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm pretty sure, again, I couldn't go to wherever they from illegally, set up a life, be working, all this, and it's just everything's going to be fine. You know what I mean? I do feel, you know what I mean, what they go through, and I empathize because I know that people just want to get out of whatever situation they in. But when I empathize for them, that's how I feel. You know what I mean? Even though I live here, I don't feel free. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
See all these people making. That's why I can't be all hunky dory. Like you see people making videos every day crying. You see business owners talking about, man, I can't get a loan. You see families like, man, you see destruction. You see fathers, mothers drunk. You know what I mean? Strung out. You know what I mean? You see these little babies running up and down the street. AK-47, like you said, and these guns are not just coming from nowhere. You know, these illegal people are not just coming from nowhere. So what I think and what it begins to look like to me is just a play on our emotions as much as possible. And they're making sure they're covering all angles because there are some people who so wrapped up in politics and illegals and all that you're just going to get them hyper. You know what I mean? They're going to be on it like, man, no, get them out of here. And those the pro, you know, I'm pro this, you know what I'm saying? Then you got people over here that's going to be like, man, no, that's blah, blah, blah. You know, that's my family. You know, that's we are, you know what I'm saying? But me personally, I just think that it's just everything that comes out in the media, just everything is a play on our emotions. Like certain stuff, it don't concern us. Like this doesn't, well, you know, one of our topics for the day for the main story is, you know, the job market is crashing. So illegals being here, I'm just more so concerned when we look at those stories and that illegal is driving an 18-wheeler and he's making a U-turn because he don't have a correct driver's license and he don't know how to drive in this country or this, you know, on this territory in this jurisdiction. He don't know how to do that. And then he takes lives, you know, then people's compassion for them just being these loving people and it's just being people looking for freedom. Well, that's a mistake that could cause people who's supposed to be here lives. It's happening right now. You know what I mean? Or, you know, when you working, you know, you got to go on your phone and use translate on everything. Again, if you're supposed to be here and you taking your steps and you bilingual, you know how to do what you do. That's the way it's supposed to be. But there's tons of people here on this land that are not being done correctly. And before you see me caping for anything, you understand me? I'm trying to get my family in order. I want my family to work together. So we got a foot on all of our neck. We got our family foot on each other's neck. Nobody want to listen, all that. So I feel just like these illegals. I'll be honest. I'm looking for property in another place. You know what I'm saying? Because they might be getting locked up and they might be getting exported back to where they're supposed to go. I'm just tired of this place, period, because even when you want to work together, you know what I'm saying? Even when you know, say, man, I'm here forever. Like, y'all got me forever. You know what I'm saying? People don't take the advantage of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you get stressed, you get mad, you get upset, you get this. Man, I'm pissed off every day, but I've got love for you. So I don't bring that to you because you ain't my problem. You're not my enemy. You know what I mean? I just want you. I want it to click to you, to mommy, to Ashley, to my baby, everybody. I want everybody, friends. People just need to wake up because I don't feel comfortable getting my ass kicked all over the place. I don't feel comfortable, you know, coming up here and saying, man, those illegals are taking our jobs. Man, I don't care to be working like that. You know what I'm saying? I worked for a long period of time. You know what I mean? But in that period, I wish more adults that was adults with me, we were working and we were living in the same places and we were, you know, stacking our bread and getting, you know, closer to God and getting healthy and getting all that, just getting better. You know what I mean? Because we wouldn't be here in 2025 going into about to close out and going to another new year again, you know, crying like victims. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a lot of money that touches each and every last one of our hands. And then you got Hyundai. That's not an American company. So who's to say? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how that goes. They could be coming over here in containers on the daggone ship with the cars. I don't care. That's not so that's not our issue. Homeland Security did what they were supposed to do in Georgia. My issue is constantly, you know what I mean? First family, people look like me, but then you call yourself white or black, we in the same boat. You know what I'm saying? For real. You most likely don't know where you come from. We most likely don't know where we come from. And I'm telling you where we come from. You know what I mean? I'm telling you where you come from, you know? And if we got that battery in our back and our courage, just like when we watched the BET Awards or you know what I mean, when a Glorilla song come on, or like you said, when you know we worried about young brothers like Young Thug and them, because even in that, it just sucks because they get tied up in the industry. But if they would just be their true self and not have to get into none of that and just be their indigenous self and have their paperwork, man, we wouldn't even be living none of this crap. You know what I mean? Wouldn't nobody have to snitch? Wouldn't nobody have to do none of that? Because the only crime is what y'all want to be, you know, people want to be demons and stuff, you know, but the only crimes is harming somebody or their property. You know what I mean? You're supposed to be in peace. You're supposed to be in harmony. You know, when you radiating at a certain frequency, man, you don't want to hurt nobody. You know what I mean? Especially not physically, not none of that. But we live in a rebellious state. You know what I'm saying? So again, man, don't get caught up in all this hoopla. If there's 475 illegals arrested in Georgia, them people did their job. But here's my question. What are you doing, number one, to make yourself better? Mind, body, soul, spirit, finance. Then I challenge you, how do you make it better for those around you? And don't just give me that cliche story about your responsibilities. No, I'm talking about within the community, because that's what we forget about. We don't have a community and we don't have a culture that is prospering. If you identify with Black culture, trust me, it's way worse than 475 illegals. You know what I mean? I seen a video of Charleston White. It was either today or yesterday, and he said it. He said he's been here 46. Just a lot of stuff, you know what I mean? Just like seeing the birds and all that. A lot of messages are coming to me because I say the same thing. It's just like it's confirmation for me. I said I've been here 41 years. We ain't built nothing of substantial value. Nothing that when you leave, it will stand firm, and it will educate, and it will house, and it will finance the generation behind you. No, what we are doing is a lot of this, and everybody's poking their chests out, but ain't nobody got no backup. Like, prove it. Because if you really had all that, and if you was really doing all that, you'd be wanting to help others get it. Now, the thing is, it's not going to come wrapped up with a bow on it, with a letter saying, this is your help. This is your moment. It don't work like that. We got to recognize, man, somebody got to be the leader. I wouldn't be a leader if somebody else would lead. You know what I'm saying? I don't want all the responsibility, but for some reason, when I look around, it don't be nobody raising their hand, say, give that workload to me. Give it to me, God. Give it to me, manager. Give it to me, honey. Give it to me, brother. Give it to me, homeboy. Hey, mom, I'll do it. I'll take the workload. But with that, what does come with that? It's not harsh. It's just a lot of straightforward. It's just a lot of, I ain't got time, because you know why I ain't got time? Because all my time is strategically planned out for all the responsibility that I signed up for. That does not wear me down and hinder me. Because what a lot of people fail to realize is that although they were great, and although, you know what I mean, millions of people probably knew them, and I'm talking about Panthers, Malcolm, Martin, you name them, they were human. And don't nobody know how they feel when they go in that room by themselves and look in that mirror. When they just get to sit down on the toilet and say, shh, and I got to go back tomorrow, God. And I got to go back tomorrow. So, man, this little stuff like these 475 illegals and all that, like I said, my main thing is, man, that they're not here, that they don't, harm one of us, That'd be my main thing. I'm more on the secure side, man, because I know how people feel about us around the world. And it's not just because we did it to them, you know what I mean? But who represents us? That's the main thing, you know what I mean? That's why I always care about how I represent my family, how I represent myself, my friends, you know what I'm saying? I worry about my name like that. I stand on it firmly, because your representation matters, and how they represent us around the world, or people thinking that all of us act like, I don't want to say their names because they in a frequency, right? The sexy reds, the YNs, the this, the that. But that's not a representation of all of us. It's a small percentage of us that ain't feeling like that. We don't move like that. We growing out of that. We not operating on that bullshit. Excuse my French.
Yeah.
But keep that over there, because with that, you are the enemy. Believe that. And you're more of an enemy than anybody that looks any other color, because you know what it feel like to be us. You know what it feel like to miss them meals. You know what it feel like to not get that Christmas. You know what it feel like to may not have that dad. You know what it feel like that, mom be on drugs or whoever. You know what it feel like when your auntie only 60 something, she died. uncle die, cousin die, suicide, this, that. You know what it feel like. So how come we know what it feel like, but that ain't putting no fire under our ass to get up out of this? We sitting in it. I can't sit in it, man. It ain't nothing. And I mean that. I'm not even mad at the government. I ain't mad at nobody. I'm mad at myself. I'll take accountability and I'm trying to fix all my wrongs, but I'm also trying to fix that wrong that my parents did when I was born, and they gave me that birth certificate and all that, and I got all these contracts and I ain't know nothing about. So even though, we be on this small level and we be reporting this news and stuff, there's real things that we should be worried about and that we should be doing. And ain't no more just little boying people just because they were smart or they like to read. And no. You could be tough, you could be all that, but guess what? Where we going? It ain't doing nothing for us. And if we not being tough against all opposition to our advancement, and we're only being tough to one another, then we're losing. Okay, they don't even have to do no work. Okay, because they could keep just putting out stories, and it's just like when you around somebody that want to stir up gossip, they'll just say anything to you. Like, yo, so-and-so was talking about you. Well, let me go talk to so-and-so, man. Get the hell out my face. We don't do enough of that. You take their word for it. Like, man, I could have just went and talked to so-and-so. And we could have rectified that because, again, the devil wants all the confusion or the low vibration. You know what I mean? When I say the devil, I'm talking about energy. You know what I mean? It wants you to be down there, and it wants you, once you blinded to what's really going on. And it's doing a wonderful job between that TV, that YouTube, the phone, social media. You got people that's in tons and hundreds of thousands of debt who talk crap in captions. Like, which the mirror speak louder than your caption. See, that's the problem. A lot of people don't like going to that mirror and eat it. I'll go to that mirror, I'll eat it. But guess what? When I step back in that mirror tomorrow, I'm gonna get a little bit better. Next year, I'll be better. I ain't gonna be in the same mirror, same BS. Not on my time. We not victims. 475 illegals was here because they hey, whatever happens, I'm going over there. I'm risking because where I'm at, it hurt too much for me to stay. So I'm gonna go here and risk it all for my freedom. That's all they doing. And I tip my hat to them on that part because that's what we should be doing. We should be doing anything in our power to work together to be free. No. Work together to be free. No, we only work together for the advancement of what I get out of it. Okay, how much it got? How much it got in it for me? Man, go. Like I said, man, I don't like talking about myself. But when I do go, it's gonna be a lot of people that's gonna shed it and tell you because when I wasn't doing it for me. It's not for me. That thought and the way I felt is on my heart because that's what we're supposed to do for one another. I don't care. I spend money. I buy stuff. I'll share. I do whatever I can. But I'm one person. Why everybody, when you want to pick and choose what to follow and stuff, you don't want to never pick up the good stuff. You know what I'm saying? We want to talk about that dude. I don't want to talk about the good stuff. I guarantee you the good always outweigh the bad over here. I don't play that type of game. You know what I mean? But I'm human. And y'all are too. So it's time for a lot of us humans to go to the mirror and clean up our act. Or don't worry about it. These stories are going to be old, man. They set up martial law, man. They coming into town. They setting up chips. Y'all ain't got to worry about it. But salute to Donald Trump and Homeland Security for what they did because this is all a product of the Biden administration. You know what I mean? Open up the borders, letting it open. False hope that people letting them think that they can come in here. You know what I mean? Don't check off the box that say U.S. citizen. They get all the benefits. They get the WIC. They get the EBT. They get everything. You know what I'm saying? Because we are the only ones who want to keep the foot on the neck as chattel property. So yes, they can be foreigners. They don't have to be property of the corporation. You know why? Because they got the most. We the majority. Y'all keep believing that little 13% crap if you want to. How can somebody who can stand in the sun all day be 13%, and then somebody who can't go in the sun? I ain't going there. Let's get to the next story, man. Go to the break. It don't even make sense.
Hey, look.
You know what I'm saying?
Before we go to the next story, man, I just want to encourage everybody to be your best self. That's why when Semaj said, get yourself right spiritually, mentally, emotionally, financially, that's important, man, because if not, you're going to be in an issue of breakdown, anxiety, depression, stressing, suicidal. All these thoughts come. But if you are, and if you do see somebody going through these things, we do have our own emergency hotline at It's very important to get your body right. It's very important to get your mind right. It's very, 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 very important to get your diet right. Because what you put in is what you get out of. And what you eat is what you are. So if you eat if you eat animal, then you act like one in the reaction. So it's important to take these resources that we give every goddamn show. Excuse my French, but if you're not listening, get the wax out your ears and start to pay attention to what's going on. It's a hotline, 988. Don't hesitate, or you'll be too late.
Yes, indeed. So as we move forward, like bro said, discipline is going to do it. So if you ain't motivated, it's only two things you could be, because discipline is supposed to carry you when motivation ain't there. So if you ain't getting things done and all that, then you're not motivated and you're also not disciplined. We need to get more discipline. We need to get more obedient. And if you stop taking on more than you can chew, meaning the extracurricular, and you only focus on what you need to do, I guarantee you have a whole lot more time to rest, time for yourself, time to think, time to read. I mean, it's time for us to get on the good foot, because they already planning something for the end of September, and it's about to get worse. You know what I'm saying? It's about to get a little ugly. So please be prepared.
Go ahead. And also, man, try living beyond under your means. It don't hurt. It don't hurt. Try that for some time. But
that's the only way we can.
Go ahead, bro. Say something.
No, I'm saying that's the only way we're going to build wealth. And the reason I say that is because of the next story that we're about to get into. You know what I mean? The next story we're about to get into. Hold on. Hold on. It's important. Yeah, I was saying it's important this is why I constantly say why everybody want to poke their chests out and everybody want to see. You don't know what people doing behind the scenes. You know what I mean? But it's going to always show and prove when catastrophe comes, when hard times come, it's going to show. So this is why you're supposed to have 3 to 6 months of your necessity expenses. You know what I mean? We need to be prepared for this. Food, water, have a little escape route, have a communication line with your people. This is what I'm saying, man, because I'm saying it so it's documented. Because when it hit the fan, I ain't got no rap for nobody. You know what I'm saying? I really ain't got nothing to say, because I've said it multiple times. I've got other sources that you can go look at, whether it be birth charts, natal charts, people who study astrology, other people who y'all, you ain't got to just get it from me. There's people with hundreds of thousands of views and followers, bro. They talking about this, like the economic field is crashing, the housing field is crashing, and like the markets are crashing. So it's right there for you. But go ahead.
So unemployment workers outnumber available jobs for the first time since 2021.
Mm-hmm.
Open jobs fell to rounded 7.2 million, down from 7.4 million in June, according to the Labor Department reported. The drop marks the first time unemployed Americans have outnumbered available jobs since 2021. There are currently 7.24 million job seekers and 7.18 million open positions. Private sector openings decrease. Job openings decrease in healthcare and social assistance by 181,000, in arts and entertainment by 62,000, and in mining and logging by 13,000. The economy needs between 80,000 and 100,000 new jobs per month to make up for regular attrition rates.
Or attrition rates.
My thoughts, right, is if you don't wake up, they're taking jobs, bro. It's like, bro, if you're not going to start, first and foremost, I can't stand working for somebody, so I always try to use my talent, right? But if you don't have that and you're not looking for help, I mean, not even looking to join and build, then you're going to be lost, because they're putting chips out, they're getting ready for the robots, they're getting ready for so much BS to take away from physical work, right? And it's not a lot of opportunity out here. So it's like, what is your goal? Like, what do you want to do? And when you want to do it, turn it into something. You know what I'm saying? First and foremost, like, I commend my brother, because that the field, the growing of food is the smartest thing that I ever seen. Because if you're not noticing, they're putting BS in every store. They sell the most BS at the highest prices, and people gravitated to it all the time just because of the brands and the taste, and knowing it's not good for you. It's just killing us. So like taking a job, that's just gonna make a higher suicidal and death rate, because people gonna start not knowing what to do and start killing themselves. So it's just like, bro, if you're not paying attention, you lost, man.
Yeah, I totally agree. I agree with you wholeheartedly on that, man. I say I don't even have to get hung up in the numbers. Just take a look. That's what I'm saying. If you can get off social media for a second, or you go on YouTube and type in how people feel about their jobs and job market, like there's people really sitting in their cars who go to work. I'm talking about 2-3 jobs just to get that, 40, 50, $60,000. You know what I'm saying? And just covering the bare necessities. They're crying. I'm talking about. That's what I'm saying. Sooner or later, like my brother said, everything's going digital. Everything's going AI. Even before this, it was just another one a couple months ago. It was like 200,000, so-called African American women that lost their jobs. You know what I'm saying? Like UPS, they, for the first time, I believe in history, but at least in a very long time, they're doing buyout packages for their drivers. Again, like I said, when everything hits the fan, I don't have anything else to say. You know what I mean? Go listen to all these other black leaders and everybody who got the all of the daggone views and all that, who begging for sponsorship dollars and all this crap. Like, bro, where we're going, and they're not even in shape or nothing, where the frequency is going to be turned up, and we're going to have famine and plagues and stuff. People ain't going to be here. So, like I said, I ain't got much to say, man. Just pay attention to what's going on. I've been preaching group economics for over 10 years. I've been saying come together. I've been saying build empires, nations, communities. I'm going to still say it until this joint go red line, flat line, but it's this our own fault, man. We so disobedient to the Most High and trying to get to the Most Highest version of ourselves. We've been placed into this victim mindset and this victimhood, and it's such a disease because we are afraid to heal, and everything that they give us from the air that we breathe is contaminated. The food, like you said, everything's contaminated. And what I always like to say, because people always want to know, what you doing? What's going on? I'm planting seeds, man. I can't get a million acres. And then it kills me because you're not doing anything at all. Right. You don't have 100 yards. You're not planting food at all. You're not working out at all. You're not fasting at all. You're not helping nobody at all. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So this is nothing but a reflection of just where we're going. And I continuously say it. When this thing hit the fan, you're going to wish that you could get $20, $15, $13, whatever dollars an hour. Because like I said, when we even go back up to them illegals, let's go right back up to the story that we was just talking about. We the spoiled ones, you know what I'm saying? We got so comfortable with demanding things from people that captured us. That don't even make sense. You know what I'm saying? I've been telling you, we are still slaves until we get into the right place and unify. Just because it felt good and the chains wasn't on, don't mean you're not a slave. So this right here is just a clear sign of all the people who had their head in the sky, who just because you got a high salary or just because it's good right now, you wasn't planning for tomorrow. Hey, you better start planning for today and tomorrow before it's too late. That's all I got, man. The last story to round this thing up is a very shocking story. Slick with the business, but I believe this is gonna come back to haunt them. Kawhi Leonard endorsement deal that triggered NBA investigation was actually worth $48 million. On Wednesday, podcaster Pablo Torre reported allegations of Ballmer and Leonard circumventing the league's salary cap with a lucrative $28 million no-show marketing deal with environmental startup aspiration. Here go a clip, man. We'll get right back to you.
Now Steve Ballmer is the latest Clippers owner to take some heat. So according to a report by Pablo Torre, the Clippers and Ballmer are accused of paying Kawhi Leonard $28 million for a no-show job as a way to get around the NBA salary cap. And here's the details we know so far. So on Wednesday, Torre revealed the alleged scandal on his show and disclosed direct quotes from legal documents that alleged Leonard was paid the $28 million through a company owned by Ballmer to pretty much do nothing. Ballmer's accused of using the agreement as a way to pay Leonard more than his contract, which, if these allegations are true, is a direct violation of NBA rules. So here's the details on the allegations. Ballmer funded and owned a now bankrupt company called Aspiration, a tree planting service. Aspiration is accused of entering that $28 million illegal agreement with KL2 Aspire LLC, a company owned by Leonard. A clause in one of the contract documents between Aspiration and KL2 Aspire LLC stated that Leonard could decline to proceed with any action desired by the company, which pretty much essentially gave him the ability to get paid without doing anything. Now, another clause in the docs stated that Leonard would only be paid if he remained a member of the Clippers. So payments from Aspiration to KL2 Aspire were sent to Dennis Robertson, Leonard's advisor, who was investigated by the NBA back in 2019 for asking for impermissible benefits, but they found no evidence on that one. Aspiration investors included a number of A-listers like Orlando Bloom, Robert Downey Jr., Doc Rivers, and Drake. So the Clippers have now fired back at the allegations, calling them false, and the entire situation is pretty much wild. So you better believe Torrey is going to continue to keep digging, and we'll keep you guys posted with more information.
Yeah, man, that definitely to the average mind, it sounds, crazy. But when you own multiple businesses and you're trying to find a loophole, I feel like this was they was trying to do because, you only get a certain amount of money on the salary cap. So being able to pull from another company, a shell company, happens every day. I believe it would have been cool if somebody ain't catch it. And I believe this is what they all do. You know what I mean? Especially on a high level. This is white collar. You know what I mean? They playing big money. And they moving things around to get people. I believe it's probably because it's a conflict of interest. Because had it would have been smart, Kawhi take the pay cut, sign for whatever. But another family member or a friend, somebody else who really does have a company, like, look, we're gonna do we about to. I'm not gonna be a part of that, but y'all got to create a company. You know what I mean, to endorse him, to give him an endorsement deal. And I'm pretty sure that would suffice, you know what I'm saying? Because it's no different than, say, for instance, you had a great relationship with Nike and you were coming into the league and, you know what I mean? Or we had somebody that we were scouting coming into the league and we like, yo, we'll draft you, but we only got $3 million. But, you know what I mean? Nike got another 15 for you. So that'll be $20 million a year. I'm pretty sure this type of stuff does happen. Or they do it through jersey sales or whatever. I just believe this is one of them things where, nobody, if you wouldn't have called him, you know what I'm saying, nobody would have knew. But I'm glad that this type of stuff happens because you got to play right. You know what I mean? You got to play. Y'all playing a big game. You know what I'm saying? Y'all playing a big money game. And it's got to be fair. You know what I'm saying? Because if that was the case, it's other owners that own tons of stuff. You know what I mean? You got some owners that own 3 professional teams. And they can pull from another area and just, you know what I'm saying, give you some money. So. In that, I just thought it was slick because he had the KL too. I'm like, bro, you're tripping. You know what I'm saying? You putting it all out there, but hey, man, that world's a dirty world. You know what I'm saying? And I just, I think that the NBA and everybody got to keep their eyes open because of the betting that's been going on and this type of stuff. It's been ugly when it comes with the finance and these sports lately.
Yeah, man, I totally agree, man. And I look at it like this too. I feel like I think he's pushing himself out. I think he want to retire.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is probably a way for him to retire, and get out of that contract. I also think that just like art, like you practice and like you always say, bro. These people cherish and cherish these idols and in this entertainment business, and it's taken away from the sport. Actually, like it's
Mm-hmm.
not about the sport no more. It's not about
Mm-hmm.
the entertainment of the sport. It's about the bread. And this is one example right here that you can see that it's not about these people don't care about the sport. They care about the money. How they want to make it. You know, just the same way with the NFL, man. It's not about the natural sport no more. It's about how much money can we bring in. So now the NFL is gay, homosexual, all type of stuff going on, and
Yeah, stuff that had nothing to do with
what
the
it
sport.
don't have nothing to do with the sport. Like it
Right.
don't. What does some sexuality and preference have to do with the sport? You
Right.
know, so it's and what does for real? What does the money got to do with the sport? Really? Like I know they got to make money, but god damn, like it make you don't even want. I hardly watch the sport. Man. I don't watch. I can't keep up with it because there's so much BS going on with the sport that it's just crazy. So I totally am lost in this one. I'm glad that you was able to articulate it and give me some insight on it because I was lost when I first
Yeah,
heard it. I ain't know.
so he can give him the rest of the money for the contract.
You know,
Stuff, like I say, stuff that happens all the time. He just went against the NBA's rules pretty much, and it probably was a conflict of interest because he owns both. And Kawhi knew better, you know what I'm saying? But that's how I feel. I feel like he, might have pissed him off. You never know. You never know if that owner pissed off somebody else, another owner or something, or if Kawhi pissed somebody off. My thing is, it's always the brother that's gonna have to retire and get up out of there and do. But the owner gonna continue to clock his in. Like you said, I don't watch at all. I really don't care because I know that money is just numbers, just like on the video game. Like you could play Madden, you could play 2K to see people's salary, and that's all it is. It's numbers on the screen. Reason why I say that is because these brothers, these sisters, they don't get no power. The only power they get is the power to purchase materials. You cannot purchase any assets. You cannot uplift. You can't buy community. You cannot give your people freedom whatsoever because they will not give you the money to enhance your people's situation. It is not. That's why they go ahead. Here goes money. Most of them be broke in a matter of years. But as long as you stay in the matrix and you stay wrapped up and you're not making no real waves with that money, then cool. Go ahead and do your thing. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, 28 million, 45 million. Hey, man, it is what it is. I just pray. Yeah, I just pray Kawhi don't go to jail or nothing like that because I don't.
You know,
Yeah, I don't wish that on nobody. But outside of that, I don't look at entertainers for nothing outside of entertainment. And I 1,000% mean that. I don't bet. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I don't. When I look at the game, it looked fake. This was from years ago, like when I lived in LA, and the last championship I watched was that 2020, and I was done. I was gonna be done when LeBron retired, but then I had to get myself and say, hold on, man. As I'm growing, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fanatic. I'm not giving nobody my energy to be arguing over somebody who knows what they did to get where they at. Who knows what type of sacrifices and stuff. I'm cool. You know what I mean? You can't sit there and tell somebody everything you did from A to Z to get where you got to. I can, and I feel good about it. I feel good about it. I get people all the time asking like, "Why you ain't doing it? Why you ain't doing that?" Man, I had to step up and make a decision. But then in my soul and my spirit, I don't rock with who y'all calling these uppity people. I don't look at people like that. I'm sorry that people don't look at themselves like that. But for a long time, man, you got to always play small. You know what I mean? You got to hide your flaws and all this to make people feel comfortable. So you got to, you know what I mean, go over here. And because what? You got a couple more dollars, bro? You don't know what I have. But the fact that I got to see yours lets me know you're insecure. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not. And that's what it be when you got to do all these side deals and this, that, and the third. Like, bro, you was greedy. Kawhi being greedy. Like, no, I'm not coming to LA if you got to do that because guess who it's going to fall on? Me. It's going to look like bad business practices on me, but it's going to look like what y'all do all the time. You know what I'm saying? And then, like I said, that's a big portion of people who can get reparations. That's what I look at professional sports as reparations, you know, on the financial side. But on the empowerment side, I knew what it was. When I started seeing, again, 41 years, I probably started watching professional sports when I was probably about 5, 6. So from the time I was 5, 6, that's 35 to 41 years, and ain't nobody bought a city. Ain't nobody found out what tribe they was with, gave their whole family freedom. Ain't nobody got a multitude of family businesses off the land, eating clean, got their family, the high blood pressure, the diabetes, all that stuff is gone. Again, don't mean nothing to nobody, because when it come down to everybody, man, at least I got me some paper. My people cool. That shit matter to me. And I'm tired of people not hearing what matter to me. You can't impress me. You can't impress me unless you really doing it the way that the Most High set it up to be. You're not a king if you don't build a kingdom. You're not a queen if you can't run an empire. What are you talking about? We can say peace God and peace king and peace all this all we want. I don't be waking up every day wanting to be no kings and no queens and no gods and no goddesses. Kill that noise. Y'all know it. Because y'all rather be black, be niggas, my nigga. You know what I mean? You want to be the cool man. You want to be the fine woman that everybody see and get your taps on. I show my body because I'm 41 and I don't play. These are just the results because I go every single day. Don't DM me. I ain't trying to hit it. I ain't trying to do none of that. I'm trying to challenge somebody else to be like, yeah, I'm going to get up tomorrow. My man 41 and I know it. I'm going to get mine in. So we can have a big mob going. And if we don't never get a mob, I'm literally here just to say, I don't talk about y'all. I don't do nothing but show up every day and get to work. I can't talk about you. What I got to talk about you for? And I'm really working. See, it's a lot of I with me. It used to be a lot of we with me. I had to stop speaking French, and now I'm all the way back to English. Okay?
Yeah.
I'm going to get, because I don't know what nobody else going to do. I don't. I don't. But that is a big problem in our community. Oh, they not doing it, so I ain't going to do it. Oh, man, I was down visiting such and such, man. I did a step back. What? Are you serious? This is what Kawhi did. Gave his power away. I ain't giving my power away no more. To put me in a bad pickle and put me in a jam, got me looking crazy out here. See, people say I'm too serious. People say I don't laugh enough. I don't play enough. I remember when I did that. I got played. You see what I'm saying? That's when my bad business deals came. That's when artists quit. All these people be quitting because, oh, man, are you okay? Oh, you okay? Nah. I got to start looking at reality. Like, hold on. Let me look at the reward. Let me look at, hold on. My investment was this. What are we getting out for this? I'm putting in all this time believing in people and they don't believe. Come on. So it's the same deal here. He wouldn't even need the NBA if he had a family business. That's been going on since his greats, because hundreds of acres of land ain't used to be nothing but tens and 15s of thousands of dollars. I mean, they still got it right now for $100,000 for what they making. They can have a bunch, but so soon as they do, the people who they sign that oath with, sign that contract with, gonna freeze them accounts, and it's a wrap. Because you know what? Black Lives Matter. African American brother. Fuck out of here, man. Like, seriously, man. Like, people, I'm telling you, man. And I ain't mad or nothing. I'm just disgusted. Like, the stuff that matter to people be crazy to me. Like, we pick and choose what really matter, but there's stuff that's really going on that really matter, and there's no energy for that stuff. Like, seriously, who the heck should be born, work all the way till they die? Don't have nothing? No trust, no will, nothing. And because you older than me, I'm supposed to listen? Or because you got what? You got more followers than me, I'm supposed to listen? You don't have no discipline. You don't have no obedience. Just because you're older than me, I should be able to tell you this. You keep looking up to people who ain't doing nothing better in their own life. And they got so much to say. It's time to shut up, yo, because I'm telling you, they're going to cut the lights out. The lights are coming, and the grand closing is coming, okay? So what you know as the world and the Kawhi Leonards of the world and just sitting on your couch and feeling comfortable watching TV, it's coming. It's going to change. Things are changing. If you get left behind, you go into the new world and you choose not to unite, that's on you. But if you choose not to get your status and stuff together, you're just going to be a slave in the new world. It's going to be a digital slave. Right now, we on paper. We paper slaves. Where we going, we're going to be digital slaves. I'm going to say it one more time. On September 7th, 2025 at 3:06, so y'all hear me, bro. Because this stuff gets aggravating. You know what I mean? Because somebody can come in and say, man, Thugger, a snitch. And that trump all of what I'm talking about. Everything we talking about is serious. Getting your credit together, getting your savings together, getting your investments together, getting your health together, doing all that matters. But I can come in with a minute level of conversation, and in our community, it overpowers because, yo, did you see Georgia against Texas yesterday? Bro, I'm talking about, we don't know what's coming, but something coming. The animals are leaving out of parks. They showing up. They got things in the world are changing. You know what I mean? They talk the job, people, all this stuff happening, and you want to have a conversation about. Again, you never knew how it felt to be like me. I know what it feel like to be like you because I was once that. You don't know what it feel like to. I'm talking about. Then people got all the advice in the world for me. Fuck you giving me advice for? Why are you giving me advice? I'm just asking. I'm fine. Like, I'm fine. When I wake up and I talk to y'all, I sound fine. Because the only thing I'm asking for is unity and get yourself together. That's it. Don't tell me about the clothes. Don't tell me about what I should be doing with this and get a banner for that. I'm hitting my mark. Ask me what I said at the beginning of the year, what I was going to do. Besides the all white, I've done it. I don't need nobody telling me this, that, and the third. No, handle your handle, then come have a conversation with me. But again, just because you got a mouth don't mean you get to talk. We done with them days. This is the age of knowing. This is the age of producing. This is not the Pisces age, the age of just, you can dream and tell somebody, you can just talk in the air forever. Man, I ain't beat. You know what I mean? So in closing, man, this is the Leaders Only digital show and podcast live stream every Sunday at 2 p.m. We appreciate you joining us for this week's show. We hope you enjoyed the show, and we look forward to you joining us next week. Let us know what interests you, and we'll bring it to you with no problem on this show. We're brought to you by What a Change Mentoring and Tone Drone. I'm Semaj.
And I'm Kendall.
And don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell, comment, email us at leadersonly22.com. All of our info is sitting there scrolling. But don't get it twisted, man, for what it's worth. You know what I'm saying? We keep y'all in the loop for what's going on because we know everybody is watching a little bit of everything. But the things that we saying, or especially what I'm speaking about, is from the heart. It ain't no malice behind it. But just talking us to death is over. Like I said, when you got decades worth of experience and true proof of showing that we don't have nothing, and then you got practical knowledge like I just showed y'all. You know what I'm saying? Just miss me with the BS, bro. I'll take the production. Even if we was producing, you know what I'm saying? I'll take the unhealedness. I'll take, we a little rough around it. We a little rude to one another sometimes. I'll take that because that comes with healing. But we ain't got no sense of urgency to better our situation. We getting mad and arguing and yelling about EBT being cut, about Donald Trump doing this with this and that. Never once did that man say you cannot unite with your loved ones, with your friends, all these people that you unite with to burn your money and your time. I ain't never heard a president say we can't work together. I just never heard it. So don't come to me telling me what Agenda 25 is, Agenda 30 is, Agenda 3035. I don't care. It was only one thing that we were supposed to do. Unify and love one another. You can't do that till you love yourself. This whole victim thing, though, you can't be a leader and be a victim. It don't work. So I'm a leader, right? I know what people done to us was wrong, right? Right? So I know the cards I'm dealt. So now I got to step back, look at my cards, and play these things to the best of my ability. I'll be daggone if I'm going to sit here and just keep blaming the system, this, the that, the this, the this. That's why you're feeding the vibration to the universe and you're staying in hell. I'm on my way to heaven, baby. I'm on my way to heaven. Believe it or not. And look at me when I tell you. Look at me when I'm telling you. Not the heaven that your preacher talking about. I'm on my way to heaven on earth. You better believe that. Your preacher don't even eat right. Your preacher not even disciplined. Your preacher don't even work out. Your preacher don't even save money. Your preacher don't even invest. He's running a scheme just like everybody else. We're done playing. Okay? See you next week, same time. It's been a blessing. Love y'all.
Love you.
Peace.
Love you, boy. God damn, boy.
Everybody gonna get this accountability. Everybody. We gotta be held accountable. We holding everybody else.